In the long history of the Ottoman Empire, there are many stories that attract attention and captivate the imagination. One of the most interesting stories is the life of the concubines in the imperial harem, especially under the reign of Sultan Ibrahim, known as Ibrahim the Mad. This story reflects not only the intrigue and politics within the palace, but also the personal drama and tragedy experienced by the women who lived within it. Sultan Ibrahim I, who ruled from 1640 to 1648, was one of the most controversial sultans in the history of the Ottoman Empire. Born in 1615, he ascended the throne after the death of his brother, Sultan Murad IV. Ibrahim spent most of his life in confinement at Topkapi Palace, a tradition known as cafes, to prevent power struggles among heirs to the throne. This long period of confinement had a significant impact on his mental health. When he was finally released and made sultan, many accounts describe his behavior as unstable and eccentric. However, despite his nickname, Mad Ibrahim, his reign was filled with intrigue and complicated political maneuvers, especially involving his harem. The Sultan's harem was a private residence filled with the queen mother, legal wife, concubines, and female servants. Although often thought of as a place of luxury and pleasure, the harem was also a center of power and politics. The concubines, most of whom were young women kidnapped or bought from various parts of the world, could gain great influence if they succeeded in attracting the attention of the Sultan. Under Sultan Ibrahim's reign, the harem became an arena of fierce competition. The concubines not only competed for the Sultan's attention, but also tried to win the favor of the Queen Mother, Kösem Sultan, who was one of the most powerful figures at court. The two main figures in Sultan Ibrahim's harem were Mahpeyker Kösem Sultan and Turhan Sultan. Kösem Sultan, the mother of Sultan Ibrahim, was a very strong and influential woman. She had exercised great control in government during the reigns of her husband Sultan Ahmed Berband and her sons Sultan Murad IV and Sultan Ibrahim. Kösem Sultan played a major role in organizing life in the harem and often acted as a mediator between the Sultan and his concubines. He was known for his intelligence and ability at political maneuvering, as well as his ability to maintain his influence at court for many years. On the other hand, Turhan Sultan, one of Sultan Ibrahim's concubines, was a beautiful and ambitious young woman. She managed to attract the attention of the Sultan and soon became one of his favorite concubines. However, this position brought with it many dangers, as Turhan had to face fierce competition from other concubines, as well as constant political intrigue. Life in the harem under Sultan Ibrahim was full of intrigue and tragedy. Sultan Ibrahim, with his unstable mental condition, often made unexpected and dangerous decisions. He was renowned for his uncontrollable anger and strange behavior, including spending hours selecting and arranging jewels in the harem. One of the most famous events involving Sultan Ibrahim was his decision to drown his concubines in the Bosphorus after suspecting them of infidelity. This story, although perhaps largely a myth, reflects the chaos and instability that characterized Sultan Ibrahim's reign. However, amidst all this chaos, some of the concubines managed to show extraordinary intelligence and resilience. Turhan Sultan, for example, ultimately managed to survive Sultan Ibrahim's tumultuous reign and later became Valide Sultan, Queen Mother, after her son Mehmed IV ascended the throne. The story of the concubines in Sultan Ibrahim's harem not only depicts life in a palace full of luxury and intrigue, but also reflects the complex dynamics of power in the Ottoman Empire. These women, although often viewed as objects of pleasure, played important roles in politics and government. Their legacy is seen in how they influenced political decisions and persevered in the face of extraordinary pressure and danger. Their stories are a reflection of human strength and resilience amidst chaos and uncertainty.